Sounds good. Well, thanks for letting me know. We appreciate it. Well, congratulations, everyone. And in case you guys didn't hear, I was saying congratulations to Pam Pargan for the first time, Sarah Bernard first time, Caitlin Norton first time. Being on the call, brand new team leaders from February. I know we had a lot of new team leaders from February, which we're really excited about. We can't wait to see you in Las Vegas for our gala dinner. We're going to have together on the 14th of March on Friday night. So we're very excited to have everybody on. We got a lot to cover this morning. We want to dive right into our training and some of the updates this morning. First of all, I would like to say huge congratulations to our North America leaders, as well as our leaders that are participating in a lot of global expansion. In the month of February, obviously February is the shortest month, right? And also, a lot of people in different communities celebrate, Lunar Chinese New Year's and things like that. Under all those conditions, I have to say congratulations, because February compared to January was an incredible month for all four markets. So United States, Canada, Taiwan, Hong Kong, all four countries have grown in February compared to January. And it's really because of the leadership that all of you have applied into the marketplace, you bring to your teams and your communities. And it's really the results of your commitment and your leadership and your hard work. So congratulations. Let's give each other, give everybody on the call if they can, congratulations. Combined between United States and Canada and Taiwan and Hong Kong, compared to the month of January, we grew over 20% in revenue in February. So I want to say huge congratulations. Tonight, it's going to be very exciting. 5 p.m. Pacific time. We have the monthly rundown call with our general manager for North America, Miss Betty Perez. She's got a lot of great, exciting news to share with us tonight. I highly recommend that you really get everybody in your team engaged into the monthly rundown, beginning of the month. These are usually on first Monday of each month, unless, the first Monday happens to be 5th or 6th, several days into the month. And sometimes we may do it on a different day, but just to get the exciting news and the promotions and events and announcements and things and the recognition beginning of the month. But for this month, it is happening tonight on Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot of exciting things to share with you tonight, led by our general manager, Miss Betty Perez. So make sure that every single partner you have, this is their access directly to our North America general manager, Miss Betty Perez. This is the first time they get to experience recognition of top producers, as well as our newly promoted directors, and exciting recognition at top recruiters, top customer getters, and just so much excitement that are always jam-packed in our monthly rundown. So make sure tonight, every person in your team, join us tonight at 5 p.m. I promise you it's going to be exciting and it's going to be awesome. Today on the call, I want to spend, good amount of time really focusing on some leadership conversation and leadership training. And I actually love this part of the business probably more than I love everything about our business, but this is probably my favorite part of the business, which is really communicating with leaders and pouring into leaders and really helping leaders to grow and develop and really take their business to the next level, take their leadership to the next level, take their team to the next level, but also take their life to the next level by really increasing every area of their how they think, how they operate, how they strategize, how they communicate, and with everything that's happening in their teams. So, I want to start off by saying, we have committed, to the first quarter of this year, where every Monday morning when we get together, either myself or some other leaders, we're going to be pouring into you, and we're going to be doing these leadership trainings, throughout the first quarter, really to really equip you to, maximize the success of 2025 in a big way. And I want to encourage you, not just today, but even going forward. Anytime we have an opportunity to learn from another senior director or national director on these leadership trainings, I want to encourage you to really be engaged and have the right mindset to fully maximize from the trainings. And I like to say that whenever we're jumping into leadership trainings and leadership conversation, I encourage leaders to take their emotion out and put it aside, because I believe that leadership conversation many times, it should be for an effective leadership conversation to happen in short amount of time of less than an hour. It should be communication, of things that not what you want to hear, but sometimes it's what we need to hear. I want to encourage you to have aha moments and epiphany and breaking through moments and having paradigm shift of your thoughts at these leadership trainings. And to do that, for all the trainers, not just myself or different leaders that share on these Monday morning calls, it's the best if we don't have to be sensitive or concerned of feelings of someone maybe getting offended or someone getting their feelings hurt. It could work the best if we could be very direct in communicating and get to the point and communicate in a very effective way without packaging it and sugarcoating it. So I want to encourage you, not just today, but anytime we get together as leadership, let's really dive into these information and really grow together. Let's reflect. Let's not be defensive. Let's not. Let's really be open-minded to grow and be challenged and be stretched, because I love what Mr. John C. Maxwell said. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And if I want my business to grow, then I should grow. If I want my team to be more productive, then I should be more productive. I remember having 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with a gentleman named Bill Bailey, which is the mentor of Mr. Jim Rohn and many other incredible legends that have really created the environment and the culture and the system and the personal development sector, and especially in our industry of direct sales and network marketing. And I remember having those one-on-one coaching sessions with them, and he drilled literally for several minutes on, hey, for things to change, you need to change. And for things to change, you need to accept where you are. And you need to take the responsibility of where you are. And as long as you got a blame list on you on why you're not where you want to be, and maybe it's whatever it could be the economy, it could be who's in the White House, it could be the regulation, it could be the taxes, it could be the products, it could be the marketing, it could be the upline, it could be the downline, it could be the other team sidelines, or it could be the system, or it could be the comp plan, it could be the customer service, it could be the shipping, it could be the holidays, it could be it could be the competition in the marketplace, or whatever it may be. Anytime he said to me multiple times, he said, anytime, as long as you have a blame list, then you're never going to fulfill your maximum level of success. Anytime you could take 100% responsibility of where you are today, doesn't matter what it looks like, good or bad. It doesn't matter if a lot of things happen to you. If you could take 100% responsibility of where you are today, that's the only time you could truly start to gain the control of where you could be in the future. So as we dive into this information today, which we're gonna be talking about a lot of exciting things here, and we're gonna be talking about a couple of very, very important skills. Matter of fact, we're gonna be talking about, in my opinion, the most important skill to master if you want to truly become mega successful, network marketing professional. And we're going to be talking about that for a good amount of this call today. And I want to encourage you to have an open mind. Maybe you've never had these trainings. Maybe you never had these thoughts. I want to encourage you to have an open mind, take some good notes, and really dive into this information and really make it yours so you could grow tremendously in short amount of time after the training here today. So let's dive into it. Now, first of all, I want to talk to you about how leaders are. Anytime that you and I interact with leaders, I think, without even training it, you could probably agree with me that, anybody that you consider as a powerful or strong or effective, a leader, I could tell you from my, short 24 years of experience, every leader I've ever worked with or interacted with, here are three major things they have in common. Number one, leaders are always thinking big. Leaders don't actually, I think many leaders actually have a problem. They don't even know how to think small. Leaders always think big. And what I've learned over the years is our thinking is the size, size of our thinking determines the size of the vehicle that we drive in our journey of life. And when our thinking is big, let's just say our thinking is small. If I'm riding a bicycle, a small vehicle, a rock this big, if you hit it the wrong way, riding a bicycle, rock this big could actually make you fall and you may trip over. If you're driving a car, rock this big, you're going to feel it, you're going to hear it, it may maybe hurt your tire, but your car may not flip over for a rock this big. But if you're thinking so big that you're driving a tank, when you go over a rock this big with the tank, you won't even know that you went over a rock. You won't even feel it. It will just crush it, and you will go over it and smooth because your vehicle, your thinking is so big. So I could tell you that to becoming a great leader, becoming a powerful leader, becoming a successful leader that helps other leaders to succeed in the business as well, they're always thinking big. And I want to encourage you to stretch your thinking. A lot of times it's not possible to think big on your own, if you're not used to it. That's why conventions are important. That's why having a lot of conversation with big thinking leaders are important. I heard someone say in a training, he said, if you take all the money in the world and distribute it evenly to everybody in America, in short amount of time, in few years of time, the larger portion of the money is going to go to the same people that currently hold large percentage of the money. And it's not so much because of other things, it's mainly because of how they think. If you and I had the opportunity to have a personal conversation with a national director, Mr. Tim Herr, or Mr. Steve Young, or Mr. Chris Kim, or senior director Karen Kong, or Angela Wynn, or Kate, or Brianna, or Susan, or Kai, or Robert, incredible leaders. When you have a conversation with them, and you have a conversation with your a manager, a senior manager, a team leader in the team, I could tell you more than anything, what you're going to realize is they think so much bigger and they think different than new people that may be just getting started in the business right now, or someone that's been in the business for a while, haven't had the success that they want to achieve yet. So, the biggest difference between a mega leader, big leader, and someone that is not there yet is the way they think, and it's the size of their thinking. So I want to encourage you to really stretch your thinking today, and I want to encourage you to to really use Las Vegas Convention as an opportunity for you to stretch your thinking bigger than you have ever have, because there's a power in thinking big. Number two is leaders always, leaders that I respect and I worked with, that always consistently produced incredible success. They have a habit of, they never make excuses. It doesn't matter what happens. They understand that it's not what happens to you that determines the outcome of life. They understand that it's what you do with what happens to you determines the outcome of your life. It's the whole understanding of things don't happen to me, everything happens for me. Actually, one of my favorite scriptures is Romans 8:28. It says, everything worked together for the good for those who love God according to his purpose. And I believe that, it's, of course, everything isn't good. You can't have everything good. But I believe even my, short 40 some years of my life, if I look back, the greatest grateful moments, the moments that I've learned the most, the moments that I grew the most, the moments that developed me the most, the moments that made me tougher the most, moments that situations and events that helped me to learn and grow and think differently and get tougher and get stronger, are the things that at the moment I thought was bad that was happening to me. But I realized I needed those events. I needed those moments. I needed those situations. I needed those circumstances to happen for me to get tougher and for me to get wiser, for me to grow and for me to go to the next level. I love how Mr. Jim Rohn said it. He said, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Only way that your muscles could get stronger is through resistance. Only way that you could have an incredible testimony is going through a test. And I believe that, once you understand and appreciate every situation that happens, you don't look at it as a problem. Like Jim Rohn said, don't wish it was easier, just you get better. You don't wish for less problems, because without problems you won't be able to get wiser. So don't wish for less problems, just wish for more wisdom. You don't wish for less more challenges, because it won't make you better. Wish for more wisdom, wish for more skills instead of wishing for less challenges. So, through those things, we understand that every situation that we face and we experience as we build our Remont business, as we build our team, as we help a brand new planner and take them on a journey on helping them to become a manager, helping them to become a senior manager, helping them to become a team leader, maybe even a director or higher. Someone joins your team and they want to earn extra $500 a month, showing them how to become a manager and senior manager, showing them how they could literally become a senior manager and just generate between their customers 1,500 BP per month. 1,500 BP per month is absolutely nothing. Maybe it's just 5 customers purchasing 300 BP. Maybe it's 7 customers just purchasing a couple hundred BP. They could literally manage just 5 to 10 customers a month purchasing products from them and generate additional $500 a month. As a senior manager, it's an incredible opportunity for someone that wants to make extra $500 a month. There are many people that are looking for solutions right now, wanting to make extra $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, add some extra thousands to their household, showing them how to do that, helping them through the journey and the process of doing that. And regardless of, maybe they they go through a bunch of rejections by their friends or their family, or maybe they set up a K pop-up and people didn't show up, or maybe they were trying to schedule but they didn't schedule, whatever they may go through. Maybe someone they thought are going to do the business well with them, they quit, they give up, or they join something else, they're distracting, or they're saying bad things about them to their friends and their community, whatever it may be. I could tell you right now that leaders always find solutions in every problem and every situation, and they never make excuses. And I believe that that's a habit. If that's the habit that you develop into your business and your life, you're going to become even more powerful leader than you already are, and your business is going to go to the next level, because when you grow, your business will automatically grow with you. And leaders always, number 3, is they think long term. They don't panic for what happens in front of them, and think everything short term. So many people in life, they have skills and they are committed and they go through training, but they never have big success because all their decision making is only based on what they see right in front of their eyes. You got to think long term. I think one of the greatest assets of, us getting older and getting wiser in life is that you could see a little further down the road. And that's why it's important to have a lot of conversations and communicate with your leaders, because they could see, they've been where you're at. Myself and all the national directors and senior directors and directors, they've been where you've been, and they've been a brand new person that just joins as a planner, taking their first step to becoming a manager, a senior manager, on their 90-day or 30-day game plan and run to becoming a team leader. We've been there, and we could see what's 5 steps or 10 steps ahead. It's like playing chess. It's you could see all the moves, of what could happen. And if you move this piece and they move this piece and maybe they eat one of your piece, but you also know the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps ahead to make sure that, long term, you're going to succeed, and it is very important for leaders to always think long term, so, as we start developing our culture in the organization, it doesn't matter if right now you have 10 people in your team or 50 people in your team or 100 people in your team. I want to encourage you to really step up today and start being a leader. If a planner signed up today, a manager signed up today, or senior manager joins your team today, you don't want to follow their thinking. You want to encourage them, and you want to help them to follow your thinking. And you want to encourage them to follow your national director and your senior director's thinking, not you following their thinking. And what may be so important to them right now in front of their eyes may not be a big deal, if they could really think big and think long term. My mentor always taught me, whenever things are happening that you don't like, step back a couple steps and look at the big picture, and nothing really is a big deal. And having that culture in your organization and having that having that communication, habits with your team is going to take your business to the next level, in a way that you have never experienced before. Now, I want to talk to you about system. I know we hear the word system all the time. In my opinion, the definition of system is save yourself time, energy, and money. That's really what the system does. It saves you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money from you doing everything on your own. We leverage and we leverage systems to do it. So in network marketing, in Riemann business, what is our system? The greatest system you could leverage to save yourself time and energy and money is pretty much our events. It's the events of presentation. Maybe you have local presentations. I know most of us, we have the Zoom presentations, once a week we do it together. It's a North America team, and also on top of them, many teams have either daily presentations or 2-3 times a week presentation within the team. But presentation is where a brand new prospect gets exposed to Riemann, our products, and our opportunity. That's where the system begins. And better you leverage the presentation, instead of you doing all the presentations on your own. Yes, you could work as hard as you want and 10 or 20 hours maybe even, but you could only be at one location at one time, and you could only do one presentation physically at one time if you're only depending on everything on you doing it instead of having a system of presentation you're leveraging. So presentation enrolls them into the orientation. Orientation gives them a very simple, doesn't matter if they're joining the business to make extra $500 a month or make extra $5,000 a month, or maybe some people have big dreams and big goals and they want to make multiple 6-figure or maybe even multiple 7-figure and create a big business opportunity with Riemann. It's all possible. We have people earning multiple 7-figure, multiple 6-figure. We have many people earning thousands of dollars a month. And of course, we have thousands and thousands of people that earn additional few $100s a month by being part of the Riemann opportunity. And it doesn't doesn't matter if they want 500 or 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000. Orientation is the perfect place to take them, to give them first 4 steps of what to learn and what to do. And it's the presentation that, that sets people up, and you got to promote and get them to the orientation to learn the basics and learn the first 4 steps to learn and do, so they could plug into the system and go through the process. And after that is K pop-up. After orientation, at orientation, during step 4, we encourage them, we teach them to set up a couple K pop-ups so they could invite their friends and family and their peers and people in their community to learn about our products, experience our products, experience free facial, and also learn about the distribution opportunity. And the repeat of the presentation, taking people through the presentation to the orientation to the K pop-up, and after K pop-up, all the people that came, now putting them through a presentation to learn more about the business and take them through that journey and repeating that process successfully is how you're going to be able to leverage the system the best way possible and literally take off the limits of how big you could grow your business. When it's built on person, it will grow to a certain level, but it will not grow further than that, because every human being has limits. But when it's built on system, and if your system is scalable, which with Zoom and with systems like we have going on, it's scalable, and there's actually no limit to how it could grow. And as long as you are repeating the process of taking brand new prospect through presentation, orientation, and K pop-up, and repeat the process, that your basic core system of building your business is going to continue to be very successful. And developing leadership, in my opinion, it begins at convention. The reason we have 2 conventions a year is because it is the beginning stage. It's the beginning process of developing your future leaders in your organization. I could promise you that every long-term powerful leaders in our business, they are born at convention. I was born at the convention. Mr. Tim Herr was born at the convention. Karen Kong, was born at the convention. She saw the products, through a family member. She wanted to learn. We had a quick Zoom. She hopped on a Zoom presentation and orientation. But from there, we invited her to a convention, and she came to a convention literally 2 weeks after, literally less than 2 weeks after we first spoke. But convention is what ignited the leadership and the vision and the big thinking, and she caught the vision of Remount Opportunity and installed the seed of leadership and greatness in her, and she became one of the most powerful leaders in Remount history. But all of that was born at the convention. I could tell you, National Director Mr. Steve Young, I could still remember like it was just yesterday when he came to a convention as a brand new prospect, brand new person, and he caught the vision, and we became friends, and we started working together. And now, he's one of the most incredible leaders you have ever seen, as a national director, having incredible success in all 4 countries that we're operating right now instead of Korea. It's incredible. So convention is so crucial. Somebody told me the other day, they're like, man, why is there a convention? People have to travel, and people have to, spend money for hotel and flight and ticket, man. They're busy, and they're busy with kids, and they're busy with work, and their moms, and it's hard to do. And I said, man, I'm telling you, it's not that they can't afford to go. They can't afford not to go. If they really want to have great success in the business, and they're really, now, if someone is just wanting to make extra $500 a month, they probably don't have to. But if someone is wanting Remount Opportunity to replace their full-time job income from somewhere else, doing it part-time and have the time freedom where you don't have to show up at work 9 to 5, or you don't have to get someone's permission to have vacation days and take your family on different trips, and having that time and financial freedom together. If someone wants to turn their current annual income into monthly income, with Remount Opportunity, I'm telling you, it's not an option. It's not, they can't afford not to go. And so they're like, oh, I'll go to the next one. There's only two. And if you go to the next one, you miss out so much because 6 months is such a long time. As you know, Remount, as we started our global expansion project 2 years ago, and we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary this month in Las Vegas on March 15th during the convention, I want to let you know that in 2 years, we've done over $200 million in business outside of Korea, and we opened up 4 countries. But you know what's more exciting than that? Company has a clear plan of becoming a $5 billion company in the next 5 years. And incredible things being worked on behind the scene right now to take your opportunity, not company Remount, your opportunity, your Remount, your product portfolio, your footprint of where you could get customers, where you could get partners, where you could have business, where you could have income generating opportunity from. I'm telling you, all of those things, next 5 years, 50 countries, $5 billion a year revenue company will be created. I can promise you. Doesn't matter what your brother-in-law says. Doesn't matter what your negative friend says. Doesn't matter if whoever says what. I could promise you that's what's going to happen in the next 5 years of time. But missing 6 months of that, 6 months right now, 5 years from now, you couldn't even trade years. Because there's so much going on. Between now until next convention, we're going to be, right now, we're including Korea, we're in 5 countries. Okay. Outside of Korea, we're in 4 countries. Do you know between now until next time we have a convention in America, we're going to be in another 4 or 5 countries. We're literally going to be doubled in size in where we operate. We're going to be in 8 to 10 countries before we get together again during the next, for the next convention. You know how many new things are going to happen between now until then? You know how many new national directors and senior directors and directors are going to happen between now and then? I can tell you right now, there are people that are going to be coming to Las Vegas convention as a prospect, as a planner, as a manager, as a senior manager. But because they're going to be at the convention, they're going to catch what Karen has caught. They're going to catch what Angela has caught when she came to the Anaheim convention for the first time. And she caught it. She saw it. And we did a K-pop up, with her on Monday, day after the convention. She had 50 some people there. And literally that morning, she came up to me. We had so many people join. We had so much production. Literally day after the convention, before the K-pop up, she said, man, I've never experienced success like this ever. I think I made $18,000 this morning as a team leader. What is going on? I cannot believe what's happening. I remember having the conversation with Angela and William in California right after the convention. What happened? She caught the vision. What happened? The leadership seed got planted in her, and the whole journey of her incredible team being built ignited. It started at the convention. And I could tell you that same thing is going to happen at this convention. It happens at every convention. It happens at every convention. And in this convention in Las Vegas, next weekend, on March 15th and 16th, many people that are going to be there as a planner or manager or senior manager, many people that are there as a brand new team leader are going to have an experience like Angela, have an experience like Christy Bellestein, have experience like Brianna, have experience like Susan, have experience like Steve and Karen and Chris and Tim and Kai and Robert and Sue and incredible leaders that we have all across the board. I'm telling you, it's going to happen next weekend. So you want to take as many people as possible to the convention because the leadership development system starts at the convention. I brought Mr. Tim Herrett and Mr. Chris Kim to 2 conventions as a guest before they said yes to saying Remount Opportunity. I brought, Mr. Mike Line and Mr. Mark Isaac and the directors, Mr. Grant Sumono, I brought them as a guest to a convention before they said yes to an opportunity. So many directors and senior directors and national directors came to a convention as a guest before they said yes to the opportunity. And now they're directors and senior directors and national directors. And I'm telling you that that's where your future leaders are going to come from. So the convention is where it starts. And after that, we have once a year, we have Team Leader Leadership Academy. We spend 2 days together at the Irvine headquarters, but also on top of that, we do Monday morning leadership meetings like this every week to start the development process of developing and learning and growing together as leaders every single Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And after that, we have a retreat. We have Remon retreats, a couple times a year that you could qualify for, and you could learn, more leadership, and they learn the culture, they learn the environment, they learn the leadership, and by being in the environment, spending a few days together, not just training, but hanging out and eating together and spending a lot of time and getting to know one another, it builds such a strong understanding and leadership and culture and becoming part of the family where we learn from each other. And that's how leadership, powerful leadership in your team is going to be developed over time. So convention to team leader leadership to retreat, and the repeat of that process, with 2 conventions a year, with once a year, big Team Leader Leadership Academy in person, but also every week getting on Zoom call on Monday morning to commit an hour of our time together in 168 hours in a week. We commit 1 hour or less together every week so we could grow together, and we learn from each other, and we go through retreats to really get to know each other and take our understanding of leadership and culture and system to the next level. And the repetition, repeating that process is how you're going to develop so many leaders in your business. So I could tell you that if someone says, hey, in having big success in network marketing is all about a system, they're absolutely right. I believe that many people don't understand what system really is, but I could tell you in Remon business, your system is this. In building the business is presentation to orientation to K-pop and repeat. Building leadership and building many leaders in your team is through convention to team leader leadership, and to the retreat, repeating that process. And when it comes down to it, all six of these are what? It's actually events. So if you ask me, what is the most important skill to master if you're going to be mega successful in our business? And I'm telling you right now, it is promoting events. If you could master promoting events, if you could master promoting events, and you master the skill of promoting events and get as many people as possible to the presentation, get as many people as possible to the orientation, get as many people as possible to the K-pop, get as many people as possible to the convention, get as many people as possible to the team leader leadership to learn and grow with you, and get as many people as possible to qualify for the retreat and be part of that. I'm telling you, if you could master promoting events and getting people to these events all the time and get more and more people to go to these events, you're going to absolutely master this business at a large scale, and your business will be bigger than your wildest imagination. When I was learning promoting events, I was not good at promoting events. When I first started in networking, I was horrible at it. Matter of fact, I literally went by myself for probably 8 or 9 months. It was just me, always me. It didn't matter if it was a conference call, didn't matter if it was a live event, if it didn't matter if it was a regional event. Every event I went, it was just me. And after 9 months, I finally woke up and I was like, man, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And I don't want to do this on my own. I want to learn, and I want to grow with my friends. It would be better if I could recruit. And it took me literally 9 months to break the shell and start building a team. But I can tell you, even after that, for probably several months of time, 6-7 months of time, every meeting, every conference call, every presentation I went, it was between me and 3 to 5 people. It was always same 3 to 5 people. And I just couldn't get more than 5. And I remember sitting through a training one day, and one of my mentors, he said, hey, Danny, promoting events is very simple. You just got to remember these 2 rules. And if you do your absolute best, to make sure you never break these 2 rules, you follow these two rules and you never break these two rules, you're going to be master of promoting events. I said, what is this? What are those two things? He said, number one rule in promoting events, mastering promoting events, number one is never miss an event. And number two is always have more people at the next event than you did at the last event. He said, as long as you never miss the event and you always have more people at the next one than you did compared to the last one, you're going to master promoting events. He said, Danny, if you just gain, even if you had an event that you're promoting every week, you're doing the business part-time, every week you're attending the event. If you promote and do whatever it takes, that once a week you attended and you make sure you have just one more person than you did last week. Even if you gain one person a week in a year, you have over 50 people at events with you in 1 year of time. He said, if you had 2 events a week that you're participating and promoting, and if you just had one more person, if you had 3 last time, you have 4 next time. You have 5 last time, you do whatever it takes to make sure you have 6 people next time. If you have 6 last time, you do whatever it takes to have 7 or more next time. If you could just grow by 2 people per week in a year of time, you have over 100 people attending events with you, and you're going to have an incredibly powerful team. And he was absolutely right. Once I understood that, I wanted 100, but I was focused on having 100 when I only had 3. And I realized that I wasn't even really attempting. I didn't even know where to start. And once I start applying and once I started following those 2 rules of never miss an event, have more than just at least one more, do whatever it takes, do my absolute best to have at least one more at the next one than the last one, my events, presentations to orientations to these things have grown, and it has absolutely changed everything for me in my career, in our business. So I want to encourage you to master promoting events, and I want to encourage you to really apply that and start doing that for the Las Vegas convention that's coming up. Some people may say, well, tickets are sold out. We are already it's next weekend already. It's only 12 days out. I want to let you know it's not over yet. And the next 12 days could change everything for you. Next 12 days. Somebody said, well, but the tickets are sold out. Well, remember, when there is a will, there is a way. When I live by the philosophy, I will either find a way or I'll make one. Hey, last week, someone told me they had 9 tickets. I'm like, man, that's not a bad news. That's an exciting news. They asked me if I knew someone, boom, I connect them with someone, boom, sold right away. A couple of days ago, somebody else said, oh man, I got a couple extra things. Man, that's the greatest news I hear lately is whenever someone says that I got tickets. But I mean, in my opinion, if you're a team leader, if you're a leader and you got tickets, man, that's an exciting news. You shouldn't focus on if you could sell tickets. You should get brand new people here. You should get more people here. You should, if you have 10 tickets right now, if you have 5 tickets, if you have 20 tickets that you haven't, committed with people yet, man, you have the greatest advantage. You have the greatest opportunity. You have something that everybody wants. And if I were you, I will be promoting the Las Vegas convention like crazy to make sure that they catch the vision and they'll be there. I want to let you know, when I was just learning about REMA, okay, I first heard about REMA when I was in Korea. A lot of you heard my story. I was running my other business. I was in Korea. I got invited. I got to meet with our CEO and our chairman, and they told me their plans for the America expansion, what they wanted to do, and we had a great meeting. But I had strong commitments with what I was doing at the time as a CEO of the company I was running. It wasn't an easy decision, but I wanted to make the right decision. And I believe that sometimes in life, you got to make tough decision now. So you don't have to make many tougher decisions in the future. So, it's not easy to make tough decisions, but it is necessary to make tough decisions in time, at some times in life. And at the time, I found out that, just coming out of COVID, this is 2022, REMA was going to have their first event, was going to be right out, they didn't have an event, they didn't have conventions, they didn't have product launch event because it was because because of COVID, a lot of restrictions where nothing was possible from 2020 to 2022. I heard about it, third week of June, and I've decided, okay, I found out they were having their first event July 1st. It was going to be a product launch event. It was going to be a short event, but it was going to be their first event. And I've learned about it, and guess what I did? I bought my own tickets. I've spent thousands of dollars in travel expense. I flew 14 hours, from here to there. And I arrived at 5 a.m., when the convention was starting at like, I think 9 a.m. And went and changed and went to the event. And that's how I went. I went and saw Remont at a big scale, as my first exposure event. And I'm so grateful that Mr. Huang said, "Hey, Danny, you should really come." And yes, it costed me thousands of dollars. Yes, it costed me long hours to go. Yes, it was not convenient because I had other schedules already. That's the reason I couldn't go a day or 2 days prior. I had to literally arrive that day, and I had to literally leave the next day, from Korea back to America because of my prior, schedule commitments. But am I glad that I went? I'm absolutely glad I went. If you talk to Karen today, she would tell you that she is so glad that she went, and she just learned about the business literally a week before. A couple weeks prior, she just learned about our products. And, she hasn't been to any meeting. She hasn't done anything except for just connecting on Zoom a couple times. And she came to the convention. She came with Dora, and today she's a senior director. Dora is a director, about to be a senior director, and Dora has incredible team being built in United States, North America, and Hong Kong, and got team ready for Singapore, and got team ready for Mexico. So many exciting things are happening right now, but all of that happened because they came. They came to the convention. And Karen was just telling me a couple of days ago. She said, "Man, it's not over until it's over. We got plenty of time," because 12 days is still more time than when she first heard about the convention. With 12 days is more than the amount of time I had when I first heard about the event that I first went to. And I could tell you that you making a new list, and you may be contacting your planners and managers and senior managers, people in your team right now, and giving them one more conversation and one more promoting conversation and one more serious, real conversation that you have with them, and encourage them to make up their mind and it's not going to be convenient, right? I mean, hey, traveling to Las Vegas last minute, a few days prior, it's not going to be convenient. It's not supposed to be convenient. A lot of times in life, success, it's outside of your comfort zone. It's outside of your comfort zone and in the area of uncomfort. And that's when we grow, that's when we learn, and that's where the answers are, and that's where the opportunities are. So I want to encourage every single one of you to really, take next 12 days very seriously. And how do you master something? Do a lot of it. How do you master and get really good at something? Do a lot of it. And we have an opportunity to do that in next 12 days as we promote Las Vegas Convention. I promise you, if there is a will, you will find a way. Yes, we have virtual option, but I'm telling you, virtual option is my last resort of option on March 14th. Until then, I will do whatever it takes to try to get more people to Las Vegas and find tickets and find ways to get people into the convention. And that's probably a most productive action that you could take between now and next 12 days of time. I could promise you that every person that comes to the convention are going to be so glad they came to the convention. We have incredible trainings being prepared, but we also have amazing announcements. I'm not sure if it's even possible for any company to have this many announcements at one convention like what we're about to have next weekend. We have more announcements happening literally next weekend than we had in last 2 years combined. There are more exciting things happening in Las Vegas at our convention, March 15th and 16th, of some things that's happening right away, some things that's going to happen in April, some things that's going to happen in May. There's so many things that's happening that they're going to be announcing that will not just affect your business right away on March 15th, but what's to come in March and April and May and June. I'm telling you, everybody will leave Las Vegas. However excited they are about REMON, however committed they are about REMON, however passionate they're about REMON opportunity, I promise you, every person that attends Las Vegas convention will leave Las Vegas convention 5 times, 10 times more excited, more committed, and more passionate, and their path, their game plan, and their plans for their future with REMON will grow multiple times bigger, and the pathway is going to be so clear. The roadmap to their success is going to be so clear after this convention in Las Vegas. So I want to encourage every single one of you to really promote, the convention harder next 12 days than you have done in the last 5-6 months of time. And what's exciting is this convention, every person from planner, manager, senior manager, team leader, director, senior director, and national director, everybody will leave the place more excited and confident about their future with REMON than ever before. Especially many of you that already promoted team leaders and directors, and you're developing a lot of leaders, you're going to be very excited about some of the announcements that's going to be happening this weekend. And more you bring to the convention, more momentum you create before the convention, more it can multiply. Convention always multiplies. If you bring 2, it's going to multiply from 2. If you bring 10, it's going to multiply from 10. And you want not by yourself, you want as many people as possible in your team to experience this with you on March 15th and 16th. So remember, it's not over until it's over, and let's promote hard, and let's get as many people as possible to Las Vegas convention. So tonight is going to be amazing. Okay. Let's see here. I didn't look at any winner chicken dinner. Yes, you should play, I guess, some. And yes, that's very true. Top earners, professional. Okay. Yes. Yep. Yep. So, all right. Okay. It seems like all the comments are okay. All right. So I appreciate everybody being on today. We look forward to seeing you tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, a monthly rundown. And I can't wait to see everybody in Las Vegas next week, Friday, for a gala dinner on March 14th. God bless you. Have a great day. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.